Let's be real. Buying a car is a huge financial deal. Probably one of the biggest you'll ever make, aside from maybe a house. And wow, can it get confusing fast? You've got all this jargon and numbers flying at you. So in this explainer, we're going to cut right through all that noise. We're going to give you a simple, clear game plan to make a choice you feel great about. Okay, let's get into it.
You know that feeling, right? You're super excited about getting a new car, but at the same time, you're kind of freaking out about the money, the loan, the price, just wondering if you're making a mistake. So the big question is, how do you go from being totally overwhelmed to feeling totally confident? We're going to answer that right now, breaking it all down step by step.
Okay, first things first. Before you even think about setting foot in a dealership or scrolling through listings online, you have to figure out what you can actually afford. And I don't mean what you feel like you can afford. I mean what a lender is going to see when they look at your finances. It all comes down to your personal affordability score. And the number one metric for that score is something called your debt-to-income ratio, DTI for short. Now, it sounds super technical, I know, but trust me, it's actually dead simple. It's just the slice of your monthly paycheck, before taxes, that's already claimed by other debts. Think rent, student loans, you name it. Lenders live and breathe by this number because it tells them how risky it is to lend you more money.
So, how do you find your DTI? It's literally as easy as 1, 2, 3. Step 1. Find out your gross monthly income. That's your full salary before Uncle Sam takes his cut. Step 2. Add up every single monthly debt payment you have. And step 3. Just divide that total debt number by your income number. Boom. That's it. That's your DTI ratio.
So, what's the magic number you're shooting for? Well, according to SoFi, most lenders want to see that DTI ratio at or below 43%. This is so important. If your DTI is already higher than that before you even add a car payment, getting a loan is going to be tough. Knowing this number gives you a crystal clear target. Okay, so you know your budget, you've got your magic number. Now you've hit the first big fork in the road. Should you lease a car or should you buy one? And believe me, these are two totally different financial paths, each with its own serious pros and cons. This table really lays it all out. Look, when you buy, yeah, the monthly payments are a bit chunkier, but hey, it's your car. You own it in the end. You can drive it as much as you want, do whatever you want to it. Now, on the flip side, leasing looks pretty tempting with those lower monthly payments, right? But there are strings attached. You never actually own it, you can't customize anything, and you've got to watch those miles like a hawk. There's no single right answer here. It's all about which set of compromises you can live with. All right, whether you lease or buy, there is one absolutely massive cost that almost everybody misses. It is the single biggest expense of owning a car, and it's probably not what you think it is. You heard that right. It's not your monthly loan payment. It's not the fortune you spend on gas. It's not even your insurance bill. I mean, those are all big deals for sure, but they are not the number one wallet drainer. The biggest cost is depreciation. So what on earth is depreciation? It's just a fancy word for how much value your car loses over time. Think about it like this. The second you drive that shiny new car off the lot, poof, a chunk of its value just vanished into thin air. It's this invisible cost that eats away at your investment, especially if you ever plan to sell the car down the road. And this is where the story gets really interesting. For years, the big knock against electric cars was that their value just plummeted. And if you look at that middle bar from Argonne National Laboratory, for the early EVs, that was totally true. But look at that bar on the right. That's for modern electric cars. They are now holding their value, or retaining it, almost as well as regular old gas cars. That's a complete game changer when you're thinking about the long-term cost of an EV. So, you've done the math, you've weighed leasing versus buying, and you're a pro on depreciation. But now you're staring at a list of like a dozen different cars that all fit your budget. How in the world you actually pick one? Well, this is where you need a personal framework.
I absolutely love this because it's not from some finance expert. It's a real-world hack from a regular person on Reddit who was stuck in this exact spot. They were completely overwhelmed trying to pick a used car, so they came up with this brilliant logical solution, a decision matrix. Basically, a simple system to score your options based on what actually matters to you.
So what did they put in this magic spreadsheet? Well, you've got the obvious stuff: price, age, mileage. But they also added some really smart ones, like having a clean Carfax report, checking the specific reliability for that exact model year, and of course, the features they wanted. You can do this. Just make a simple spreadsheet, list the cars you're considering, and score each one. The one with the highest score,
that's probably your winner.
And that really brings us to the end. We've given you the tools: how to calculate your DTI, how to think about leasing versus buying, how to factor in depreciation, and how to use a decision matrix. The ball is in your court now. It's all about making it your own. So what are your non-negotiables? What factors would go into your personal car buying matrix? Answering that question is the very last step to making a truly smart financial decision.